Why the music of Sea of Stars is so well received by us gamers. Sea of Stars is an independent pixel art game and it was just released this week. And I am already obsessed because it's delicious. I'm definitely recording a review about it, but first I want to finish it and I'm just 15 hours in for now. One of the main reasons why I fell in love with this game is the music. Some of the music made me feel like home, and I think that is because the inspiration was drawn by other games, like, for example, the Final Fantasy series. This is of course my speculation, but here are the songs that I think were inspired by Final Fantasy. The first song that comes to mind is the soundtrack of the harbor town Brisk. With the chosen instruments, you'd immediately feel like in a harbor and that you have to deal with pirates. Which Final Fantasy worked with pirates? Final Fantasy IX. And of course, a lot of pirate-themed songs in games are shaped like this, use these kinds of instruments because it is a necessity to sound like a pirate soundtrack. But there are a couple of riffs in Brisk soundtrack that do sound very close to Final Fantasy IX. Listen to this. Song number 2 that reminded me of a Final Fantasy, this time Final Fantasy VII, is when we enter Wraith Island. The creepy and spooky feeling of evil lurking everywhere reminded me of the Trail of Blood from Final Fantasy VII. Another song in the game that is also using almost the same motive is the town of Lucent. Especially in this part. Song number 3 that reminds me of Final Fantasy is the soundtrack of the town Mooncradle. There you hear this little riff that reminds me of the soundtrack of Lifestream. Let's take a closer look. Song number 4 is when you discover the black market. Compositionally, it sounds very, very, very close to Final Fantasy IX's Steiner's Delusion. Another one, song number 5, is the Lullaby of the Serpent. It might musically not be super close to the song, but from the vibe, it is very, very much close to Lurking in the Darkness from Final Fantasy VII. Song number 6 is Monuments to the Ancients. And just the tiny little beginning of the song reminded me of Final Fantasy VII's Worlds Drowned by Fireworks. And Aerith was an ancient. Is that a coincidence? All in all, the music is one of many things that made me fall in love with this game, as the soundtrack feels so familiar and comfortable, like home. So I'm excited to discover way more music in the game, and I recommend you to buy it if you haven't, because it is fantastic. See you soon.